guys, I'm back. I'm back. Welcome back to Building a Farm with me, Snagegelio. Guys have been sending so many messages, emails. It's overwhelming. The comments, so much love. Nyanfila, guys, nyanfila. I'm not ignoring anybody. I see your messages. It's all love. But again, moving on to the theme of this video. You can see it's a different background. There's a different background all in Sekaya, basically. As you can see for the heading of this video, we are doing a nursery. Is it a nursery or greenhouse? Whatever it is, but it's a shade net. So guys, since I'm home, I want you to see the background. I want you to see the view. This is basically where I will be placing my greenhouse. Because guys, do you remember the last time, I think it was on the first video where I was talking about use whatever you have. You don't necessarily have to go buy land or find land ngaphandle. Even if it's in your backyard, front yard, side yard, use it. So basically, since I'm home and I'm basically preaching, I'm practicing what I've been preaching. Guys, I want you to see something else. At home we don't have like a backyard, ne? We don't. This is the backyard, guys. This is typically the backyard. It's very like aiko. It's literally nothing. There's no space. But at the side, this is the side. So the side, iona that I'll be consuming, right? The side, iona, which I'll be using to put on to build this greenhouse, right? This greenhouse will be situated here. And we are born it is so sad because our home is Icona house. Literally there's roads everywhere, people are walking by, so akuna peace. Everything that I'm doing right now, I have people's eyes on me. So, and then there's the front view. It's plenty. There's a lot of front view. But the point is, guys, I'm trying here to show you with the little space that you have, you can do wonders. Can do a lot of things. So since I'm building a greenhouse, yeah, that's all, guys, for now. It's a greenhouse. I'll be showing you what I'll be using, the materials that I'll be using to build the greenhouse, the structure of the greenhouse, and obviously I'll be showing you the official before and after pictures and the results and everything. So I want you to take this journey with me, guys, because we all want to do farming, whether it is a side hustle, main hustle, whether it's a hobby. But if farming in Pilo, and we are within Kosam. So we started out by digging the holes where we'll place the fencing poles. We used treated poles, guys. And in order to hold those poles and anchor them into the ground, we had to use rocks and stones and, before sealing it off with cement. And yes, I'm very tall, guys, almost 2 meters unprovoked. So I bought poles that were like 2.4 meters high just to accommodate my height, because I'm not building a greenhouse where I have to paint when I'm inside. The next part was placing the building wire from one pole to the opposite pole, just to create, the roof structure for the shade net. Done setting up the poles, and we're done setting up the structure of the greenhouse. Now we're about to set up the shade nets. This is the shade net I chose, guys. I chose 70% shade net, the green one. Why did I choose this one specifically? Because 70% means that it blocks 70% of the UV light or the sunlight, and only 30% of the sunlight enters the greenhouse. Yeah, so the plants only get the 30% of the sunlight. Why? I know why you're asking yourself, why did I choose 70%? Hey guys, it is very hot in my area. Like, the climate is extremely hot. There's the heat, there's the sunlight. It's just extremely hot. And for what I want to grow, I was like, no, for my plants to thrive, I need material, the shade net, to have a higher percentage. I could have done 60, but I couldn't find it online. I could have done 50, but 70 would do. And I also, what I want you to notice is the type of material, guys. This is the material that I decided to use. It's different from the other greenhouse material. Maybe this is the material that this one, this type. If you see this material, you see this material, maybe this is the material that I don't like this material. This is mostly what they use in the agricultural fields for nursery houses. I don't like the quality because as time goes by, it tears like easily. It tears, okay, it tears though. Okay, it tears because I know this because, follow me. I took this from here. We had a thingy here. Since this is a garden, right, we had a shade net here, and I teared this portion off from this section. You see, it tears easily as time goes by. Unlike this one, you see this one, the material is kind of stronger. It doesn't tear easily. It's more of the material laying at the sack, the one that you get from your fruit packages, maybe your oranges. It's more like that one. So yeah, hopefully. And I also like 70% shade net because of the privacy. As I told you before, we see everyone is looking around because it's a corner house. I can get to have some little privacy. Hopefully my crops will definitely thrive there. Yeah, so let's get onto it. With all that shade net info that I just gave you, the one we're using here is a 2 by 10 meters. So basically it means the height of the shade net is 2 meters and the entire roll is like 10 meters. And I bought 4 rolls, which were enough to make only the greenhouse walls alone. And yes, guys, the trees you see here were a huge advantage. I mean, financial advantage in creating this greenhouse. Only because, I saved on the pockets by not purchasing those extra poles. Without these trees, guys, I would have needed roughly 9-10 treated poles. But then because, trees saves lives, I just only bought 6. And please do not be fooled by these 3 men working here. Indeed, they are my brothers. In fact, blood siblings. But, I had to pay them. Money makes people go crazy. And you know what? We're literally executing and constructing this greenhouse with no plan, no measurements whatsoever. It was all in my head, and trust me, they were the only people skilled enough to actually understand my vision. When you're working on a tight budget, with a little bit of a messy vision or a plan, you're gonna need to work or hire people that will understand your situation or whatever you're trying to articulate without them having to look at you like a madman. You might also be wondering what type of nails we are using here. Basically, you need to find nails that look like a hook. If you know what is a hook is, then you probably understand the shape is like a C. It's an alphabet C shaped type of nails. You'd find it in your local retailers. They were the only nails that I could think of that could, get things or hold things together, basically. It's not rocket science. Your shade nets, I just purchased them online, guys, because the pricing on your retail stores for shade nets is ridiculous. If you can get online and find a roll that is suitable for you, a shade net roll that is suitable, for you. They're different colors. There's black, there's white, there's green. I took green. I could not for the life of me imagine white at home, and black was just taboo for me. Green works, and I purchased that, and here we are, guys, doing this greenhouse. I am so excited. I am literally excited. Another thing that you have to really consider when constructing a greenhouse using a shade net is that you have to stretch your shade net so that it does not look flimsy, guys. You have to be that strong to stretch and hold and nail it together so that it does not get flimsy along the way. Because there's windy weather, there's rain, all types of weather. It could literally just be flimsy within a week. But if you get a good stamina and just stretch properly, not stretch to tear, but a good amount of stretch. Finally, family, we are doing the roof. Okay, for the roof, guys, I had to buy. I was out of material. Like I said, there was no planning. I had no measurements, and I didn't know how much material I would need, so I had to go purchase an extra roll. This one was a bigger roll though, because it was the roof. It was a much bigger roll because I did not want to compromise on quality and all of that stuff. For some odd reason, you might have thought the greenhouse would be a dome-shaped roof. I'm sorry to disappoint you, because here we cannot afford that scale. We are keeping everything flat, okay? Simplicity is best, guys. So for the roof, we placed the shade net on top of the building wire and nailing the net to the pole tops, for that stability. Since this is a new shade net, guys, it is actually 3 meters tall, okay? I don't know if you've noticed, but it actually leaves some space on the other side of the greenhouse. So we actually had to reapply it again on that other side. And lastly, seal every hole with staplets. Guys, please, the stapler works, okay? It works in stitching the nets together, and yes, you'd be surprised. Okay, now with the actual door, this one was too heavy. It was a huge no, so we had to opt for the next option. We cut out an old piece of fencing and we were good to go. We made a door just like that, okay? The brainstorming in this team was wild, guys. It was wild. I had fun, but it was hectic and frustrating. For extra security, I sealed the flooring, that's the side of the greenhouse, with timber planks. And yes, this is the before and this is the now. Ladies and gentlemen, the final piece, I bring you my do-it-yourself semi-commercial greenhouse. What a lovely sight. So this is a 3 by 12 meters of masterpiece. Our brainstorming came to life. If you've been watching my videos, subscribing and all, you would definitely guess what I'll be growing inside here. Like I said, my home is a corner house, so yeah, that's the road and everything. Guys, we did it. I did it. You can do it. Build your own commercial greenhouse at home and make money. I know it's a little bit crooked in the inside, but it sure does, the work, and it will do the work it is intended to do and fulfill its purpose. If you want to build a farm with me, I am Snagegelo. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more videos, and yes, I will definitely show more. Wait till you see what I grow.